deep as the Pacific Ocean now.
I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like none of my friends like me anymore. Did I do something wrong? And I want to talk to someone, but I don't want to vent to someone, and they then have something worse going on and think I'm selfish. Or talk to someone at school about it, because then they will tell my parents, and I don't have the energy for anything anymore. And I don't even have a proper reason. I just feel so drained all the time.
I used to be so fucking happy. I used to be happy. I don't know what's wrong with myself. I used to be so pure-hearted. That all changed, and I became quiet, unhappy, tired all the fucking time. I don't want to socialize.
How you feeling? I think I have the flu or something.
You sure you got the flu, Ro?
See, right now I just need you to leave me the fuck alone, alright?
Why am I so ugly? Every day, I stare into the mirror, pondering, how come every other girl is so gorgeous and then there's just me? My parents are both so pretty, so I don't understand why I'm not. I'm so disgusted with myself that I cry myself to sleep every single night. I cover my true identity with fake feelings and a fake personality. And I even cover my whole face up with the power of makeup. I cannot leave the house without it. I've become addicted. When people tell her that she's pretty, she just can't think of any possible way that she's pretty. She hates every angle and every inch of herself. She gets made fun of at school, which makes her even more insecure than she is. She looks at herself and just cries. She cries and cries and cries. She wonders how she has such a pretty and perfect best friend. Why does anyone even like me?
What happened at the girls' camp, Peppermint Patty? I finally saw the little red-haired girl that Chuck is always talking about. And you know what I did? I cried, Linus. I cried and cried and cried.
Hold me, wrap me up.
I'm sick of you, babe, and it's never gonna go away. And I'm sick of you, baby.
Also got trust issues. Because when I let somebody in, they prove to me that I shouldn't have. When I let somebody get close to me, they prove to me that I shouldn't have.
No, don't do this to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
And no one likes you. And you're going to end up alone, and you deserve it. Because you're a superficial, selfish, and prejudiced person.
If your heart was full of love.
And that was you! All fucking you! Your coke, your boyfriend, your fucked up life! Not mine! Alright?
Your mama's crying. Your mama's crying for you.
Dad always told me, don't you cry when you're down. But Mom, there's a tear every time that I blink. Oh, I'm in pieces, it's tearing me up, but I'm... It's crazy what you do for a friend. Go ahead and call me.
Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I'm great.
You're just just exaggerating about everything. There are children who live on the streets, children who need to survive in war. They have it far worse than you. I've heard parents say this way too many times to their children. Yet they are also the parents that wonder why their kids don't open up to them about their issues. It's always, if you just open up to us, we can help you. Even after it's too late, parents continue to say, if only they opened up to us, we could have helped. I hate those type of parents, honestly. They tell their kids to stop exaggerating or lying or complaining or whatever, but they are also the people that wonder how it was that their kids never even slightly dared to talk about their feelings with them. So here's a message to those parents. Don't tell your kids to stop exaggerating. How about you listen to them for once? Try listening to what they have to say. Try to be actually there for your kids. That's also part of the job of being a parent, but apparently you guys are starting to forget that.
I've drawn out in Sharpie where I take the scissors if that's what it took for me to look in the mirror. I've done every diet to make me look thinner, so why do I still feel so goddamn inferior? Can't be too loud and can't be too busy.
Reveals that small children who are treated badly by their parents will always, rather oddly, blame themselves and not their parents for their injuries. They hate who they are rather than hating those who've done them wrong. Small children immediately notice when they're not loved as much as they might and need to be. They understand nothing of the reasons for this hard-heartedness, but they feel all of the pain. And yet they need to locate some kind of explanation nevertheless, and so they quickly and intuitively settle on one that almost always feels most compelling to them, that they have done something wrong. Why is Mummy so agitated? Because they've done something wrong. Why is Daddy so cold? Because they've done something wrong. Why aren't they being treated kindly? Because they've done something wrong. Why is their little sister being preferred to them? Because they've done something wrong.
She sat in her room, contemplating on whether she should do it or not. Handwritten notes to those who she ever loved, a pill bottle in her hand. One pill after another as she began to feel oozy, she blacked out. The devastation she felt when she woke up and not seeing a bright light. So tell me, how does it feel if you were left out in your friend group? It feels hurt, right? They were talking funny jokes and stories while you just see them laughing at the distance. Then you try to join them by asking them what are they doing, but they just ignored you and continue to talk as if you were invisible. And you can't help but overthinking about it all day. They're ignoring you or affecting your studies and you can't focus at school. At home you ask yourself, what did I do to them? Did I do something wrong? You tried to text and call them, but they just hang up the call and sent you dry texts and went offline, as if they don't want to be friends with a person like you.
There's 3 deep cleaning jobs that I always forget to do. Number 1 is the stove, and I'm not talking about inside, I'm talking about behind, beside, and underneath. This is definitely my most neglected task, and it's actually super important. So after pulling out the stove, I scrubbed the walls, baseboards, and the floor before scrubbing the sides of the oven. After pushing it back in, I gave the top a really good scrub with the Scrub Daddy Sif cream, and it's sparkling new again. Now, job number 2 is the dishwasher, and this is something that I should be doing every month, but I never remember to do it until my dishes aren't coming out as clean. So I emptied out my dishwasher, soaked and scrubbed the filters in some Dawn Power Wash with a really good utility brush, and then I scrubbed the inside of the dishwasher with a disinfectant and a Scrub Daddy. I popped the clean filter back in, threw in the dishwasher a fresh tab, and I ran it on a hot cycle. Now, last but not least is probably the most important job, which is the refrigerator. I took everything off the sides and top, used a damp duster to get up all of that old dust before actually pulling the refrigerator out. Then I swept everything from underneath, vacuumed out the filters on the back of the fridge to maximize airflow, did a quick mop, and now everything is nice and deep cleaned again.
I could just lie, say it's okay, when I wander in, party doors are this place.
Because this is the moment you realize something inside you is broken, and it can never be fixed.
You're so traumatized, it makes me want to cry. You dumb bitch, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you.
Sometimes I wish I could lend you my ears, lend you my thoughts, and lend you my tears.
So much love that the whole thing feel like a lie. Don't need nobody, I don't need nobody.
You know what's worse than feeling numb? Feeling like you're drowning.